Fall is here, hear the yell. Back to school, ring the bell. Brand new shoes, walking blues. Climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Give us your name.
Yeah, I'm Polina. I'm from Russia,
Russia.
and
Okay.
and I'm studying in HQ. So basically, yeah, that was your question, but yeah, I will answer it
What are
right
you What are you
away.
studying in
Yeah.
HQ?
So I'm in Department of Architecture, and I'm studying landscape studies.
Wait, you're in architecture?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's right. You were in the.
yeah, yeah.
We
yeah,
were in the
we've
same
been.
table on
We
the
were
high
on the
table.
same table.
Yeah, now I recall. I was like, I recognize you from somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
you're
was it.
in landscape,
Yeah, I'm landscape.
and are you year one now?
Yeah, I'm freshman.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. How's that going? How's landscape going?
Well, it's surprisingly well, I would
Really?
say, yeah, because I was a bit afraid. I didn't really, yeah, wanted to like go to into architecture, like real architecture, but this
Mm.
is more about like design and it's a bit more like art and creativity and also like nature,
Mm.
landscapes, yeah. I think it's fine, really.
I think you'd be surprised if you came into like Department of Architecture, not landscape, because you probably have this conception that, oh, we're doing like proper architecture, but year one, pure abstract. Like I remember the first semester, first workshop I did, it was nothing, pretty much nothing to do with architecture. We ended up using concrete to cast like a 40 by 40 cm square,
Mhm.
and it can be whatever detail to show on the ground. Like it is
Yes.
fairly abstract. And then the other workshop, which is called People, it was called
Mm.
People, and we had to analyze the interaction of two people. um, so we'd have to like plan how people could interact in certain places and then stay there and record for hours. So yeah, I mean it's actually not what most people think architecture is, but
Yeah.
it's actually a fun way of getting people into the subject because it opens it up into a whole new perspective that no one expected. But you said you are like, so you enjoy what you're doing now, like in terms of the work, or would you rather do something else?
No, that's exactly what I really wanted because
Oh,
I was
perfect.
expecting, yeah, that it will be like really technical, that it
Mm,
will be a bit more about like drawing and all this stuff.
yeah.
And I was really afraid of it because I'm not really into it. And then I came and it's more about like creativity, how you see, how you think, how you're like
Mm,
analyze and do this. And that's which what I really like about that because it's like,
amazing.
yeah, it's like different things and you're like your perspective, your like view, and that's
Yeah,
great.
that's really cool. Yeah, no, it. I say first year is the one where the first few weeks, or at least sem one,
Yeah.
you feel a bit like confused, but then it starts clicking and things just align. It's like, damn, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted. This is what I need. But no, it doesn't happen to everyone.
Yeah.
I'd say I got pretty lucky with that, and I'm assuming that you're also kind of getting into that phase of like it's kind of working, it's happening, right?
Maybe not like I'm not thinking about it as a career because I'm still like not
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
getting like the architecture as it
I mean,
is.
you're still year one. I mean, it's
Yeah,
long
sure.
distance. Yeah.
But all my classmates are really kind of like sure about their like way ahead
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
thinking like, yeah, that's exactly what we wanted.
Mm,
It was their first choice, but it wasn't mine.
yeah.
So it's kind of like I like it so far. I will see what it
Mm,
will be, so I'm kind of open for
yeah. No, I think
experience.
that's a bit of like a cultural difference because I'm assuming you're not from an Asian country.
No, no, no. I'm
You're from where are you
Russia.
from? You're
Yeah,
from Russia. Yeah, I assume so from your last name.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
made an assumption, but yeah, you're from Russia. But in most Asian countries, what happens is they have like a very strict path to life. They'll go school, college, university, job, business if they want. That's it. It's a straight path. So when they do get into university and they're doing their subjects, whatever, they're very strict on like, yep, this is what I chose, this is what I'm doing. But they don't have the freedom, or they don't understand the freedom of actually like figuring out doesn't matter what you do in university, you could do whatever afterwards.
Yeah.
Because you could finish your degree in landscape, bachelor's, and then do masters in something in a different department, and then that department could lead to somewhere else. For example, like you do geography, you could do at least like 15 different things. So
Yeah.
there's endless possibilities. But I want to talk more about you being from Russia.
Yeah.
So what's it like? What's the first difference you notice between Russia and Hong Kong?
Oh well, weather, climate.
Yeah.
Oh my god, landscape.
It's meant to be middle of winter now
Yeah, it's minus 10, 15.
in Russia.
Yeah, really
And we're in
cold.
the mid-20s. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's freezing cold right now, and here it's so hot today. It's so hot
Yeah.
today. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, but if talking, yeah, you talked about like the system. I think in Russia, the system, like educational system, is quite a bit similar because it's really strictly oriented. So you cannot like choose like in USA, you choose like a major and you like do liberal arts.
Yeah.
You just like do whatever you want, like take different courses and everything. It's more like in Hong Kong when you have to like choose what you want to study, which major you want to like major in, and it's even more, you don't have like minors in all the things, and you don't have like a common core.
Right.
It's more about, it's really strict, so you have
study
like
one thing and one
yeah,
thing only?
yeah, you should.
Okay, I see.
It will also have some like courses which are it's a requirement for everyone for like any university.
Okay.
It's like history, you have to study it. Like you have like physical education, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
study it, and
yeah.
like for sure. And it's really strict in like profession and everything. So it's for in my country it's, I think, much harder to like get out of this like major and start something else. Of course, many people do that. They go to like exchange or understand how it's working. They go to like masters abroad and like trying something else. But in Russia, it's still like, it's really hard when you're in high school. You have to like strictly decide what you want to do, because like you will be working for 4 years and it will be quite hard for you to transfer somewhere else, because you have like we have a lot of free spots where you don't have to pay, and when you don't have to pay like for studies, you don't want really to transfer because it's really hard to. So it's kind of difficult, and it's a bit different. That's why I was really like fascinated like about the system here. It's not so free like I would say in US.
No, of course not. US is, oh my god, it's a different world there. Yeah.
But I even like it, I think, more than in US, because in US you have too much freedom.
It's
like,
too much.
You're
yeah.
oh my god, I'm like, I
It's
don't know.
so carefree.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
almost everyone just strolls around so
Is
like
it studying
stress-free.
really? Yeah, is it really studying? Because you like pick
Obviously,
the
like, this
courses
is-
you
yeah.
wanted to.
This is like a conception of from what we've seen through social media. We don't know actually what I've personally never been to America, but from what I've seen, what I've heard from people that live there, a lot of my friends that live there that went there from Hong Kong, and they're like, oh, these people are like this, like that. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't see how they do what they do. But
well, me too. It's kind of like looking. It's a bit strange for me because I need some requirements, so I need to like know certain disciplines to understand the world.
Yeah.
itself.
So earlier you said that landscape isn't your first choice.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the Russian like curriculum, Russian like system. You have to be pretty like strict on yourself as to what you want to do by high school.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in landscape?
So I wasn't really sure. So in Russia, you have to like take the exams exactly like in which part you want to major in. So there's like a specific exams for a specific like majors, and that's why you have to decide like in a early like grades of high school what you want to like graduate with. And I didn't know, actually. I was really like confused because I came to from IT to arts, then to IT, then back to like, I don't know, filmmaking and all this stuff. And I was, oh my God, what's going on actually? I'm so confused. And that's why I started to like thinking about like studying abroad and everything, because it was a bit more open in like curriculum and everything. And I decided.
So you wanted to come abroad to study?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Oh, lovely.
That was my decision that I like realized.
Is there any specific reason you came to Hong Kong, or just Did you just apply all over the world, and this was the one option that looked good?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I applied all
Okay,
over
okay,
the
okay,
world.
okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the like best chances for me because, and actually, I was interested in Hong Kong because
Really?
yeah,
Wow,
I
okay.
was kind of keen on Asian culture, and I was
Mm.
also like studying Chinese in high school.
Oh, really?
But I'm not really good. No.
Like Mandarin Chinese?
Yeah, Mandarin, but
How many
I'm
years did you do that for?
actually I started early. Then I have like a gap.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably about 4 years.
Oh.
But don't ask me anything because I don't
Oh,
remember.
I'm the same.
I remember
I'm
nothing.
the same. I did like 4 years of Chinese in high school. I can't.
Yeah.
Like every now and then I can recognize a few words in someone else's conversation, but other than that, I'm just like no.
That's
I
true.
give up.
I
Yeah.
had to take like HSK, like I was
Yeah.
preparing for 3 and then for 4, and then I gave up. I just gave up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but do you find that not knowing good Chinese is a hindrance to your life in Hong Kong, or
So that's why Hong Kong is so good because it's like
Yeah.
it's bilingual. So there's everyone could speak English, so
Yeah,
they could
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
At least they could
hand
understand
signs do
you.
have to work?
Yeah, yeah. You're still good, yeah, but you're not that like shocked when you come, to some other country and nobody
Yeah,
understands
yeah,
you because
yeah.
they don't really speak English. And here, everyone speaks English. Like every signs are also in English, so I could
Yeah, yeah.
understand what's going
Mm.
on, like in MTR or in a bus, so I could read
Mm.
them. And it's kind of like the bridge to Asia, I think, because you could like explore it, and now I'm not so like scared, and afterwards I could like with this experience already I could go somewhere else like and also explore Asia, and I think it will be a bit easier for me to like
Yeah,
get
yeah,
used
yeah,
to
yeah,
this
yeah, of
because
course. So, are you planning on going on exchange?
it's a bit early yet to think about that.
It is, but I'm
But-
pretty sure like our like faculty of architecture, it's a compulsory thing to go to exchange year 4, maybe
Yeah, I think
year
it's
3, something
I
like
think
that.
it's free, yeah, because everyone are gone in
Yeah.
year 3 right now in
Yeah.
our like in landscaping. And yeah, I'm not sure because we also have a really good like case studies when you have to go to
Oh,
like
right,
Thailand or
right,
something.
yeah.
That is so cool. That's actually the thing I was really fascinated about.
Yeah.
Like,
do
in
you guys do
landscaping.
like obviously your year ones now? I'm assuming they're not gonna take you to a big field trip now.
Yeah.
But down the line, you probably like go to like at least China to do some sort of surveying, not surveying, but like landscape surveying, like some sort of case study, right?
So yeah, I haven't, but I really want to because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's really cool because I haven't like explored like Thailand or some other place like China, yeah, and everything from this perspective. But
Yeah.
it's totally another perspective. You understand like
exactly.
the people, their land, and why
You
they
have to
move
understand
out
the
from this or
locals'
like yeah,
idea of everything.
what's going
yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
It's really cool.
yeah. So, how many Asian countries have you been to? Is Hong Kong the only one?
I've been to Thailand, but it was like transfer because we
Oh,
don't have
yeah,
direct
transit,
flights.
yeah.
Yeah.
That Thailand is just like the traveling hub. Everyone transits from Thailand to everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
but you first like actually being in an Asian country on its land is Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's. I don't know. I mean, I haven't. I mean, does Russia fall into Asia? Some parts of it, right?
Yeah. It's like we have like the one part is all totally in Asian. We
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
a border with China. That's
Yeah.
why we have like a city where there's a lot of like Chinese people coming from, and also like a lot of Russians come to China, and
Oh,
there's like
amazing.
also bilingual
Yeah.
speaking Chinese and Russian. But I live in Moscow. It's a bit far and it's closer to Europe mostly. So for my whole childhood, I was mostly like traveling. If I traveling, it's to Europe, and that's why I've never been to like Asia. I know it's quite popular for like Russians to travel to Thailand, for example.
Yeah.
It's really popular destination right now, like Bali and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
It's
It's cheap.
like,
It's beautiful.
yeah, and it's filled with Russians for sure. But I haven't been there,
Yeah.
and that was the thing I was so like interested in. I really love like Asian culture. I really was impressed. I know by Japanese animation things, and also like
Do you
I don't
watch
know some.
anime?
I in middle school, yeah, of
Which
course.
ones?
I think.
This is where I get to judge you.
Oh my god, that's so. I love like this. I watched a lot of them, but I love some like romances.
Oh yeah,
things. Yeah,
I know like 3 romance animes. Which,
It's
like,
about, I don't remember how it's called like in English. It's about God, you know.
God?
Yeah, it's like he's a cat.
oh my.
I don't know how it's called. It's like, no, I can't remember it. Sorry, but it was really cool. But I was like a little girl. It was one of the first.
Oh
one.
yeah.
But after was surely I also like was working on animation for a while.
Like digital like animation, like drawing and animating. Wow. Okay.
And I was also really interested in Hayao Miyazaki film.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. It's it's classical ones, and I know all of them. So yeah, a lot of different things, also like history and everything. I was really interested too, and I haven't been to like Asian countries. That was quite a concern for me. So I decided maybe studies. It's the thing I really want to do here.
Yeah, I mean it's a great like doorway into something that you always wanted to explore.
Yeah.
It's almost an excuse. Like, yeah, I want to study this, but may as well go study this there. And like, may as well go study art landscape in Hong Kong, because why not, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, going to foreign countries, I'm always up for it. It's nice, but I say I hate the traveling. I hate the journey. Getting there is fine. Doing whatever there is fine, but I hate the travel. I just cannot. It's just hours of sitting around, being miserable on an economy flight. I'm a large human, so I can't exactly fit in, right? So it's just a pain in the ass to actually.
I could understand.
Yeah.
Because for me it's a bit like I like to romanticize like this feeling when you came to like airport and you have to fly somewhere, and you don't know what it will be and how do you feel in this.
I
like,
see.
this minute when you'll just like land on.
You are living in a movie then.
Yeah. And you're like, oh my god, I'm like, it's a dream life. Wow.
That's amazing. No, but we are now. I mean, are all of your exams over now?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you don't have exams. You're architecture. I should know that. Yeah, but assignments done, portfolio done, everything's done.
Yeah.
Cool. So are you planning on going back home now, or?
Yeah, next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, amazing. What? Okay, this is an interesting question. What would be the first story you tell? I don't know, your parents. Do you have siblings?
No, I don't have siblings.
You don't have siblings.
Parents,
So let's say, what would be the first story you tell your parents about Hong Kong as soon as you get back?
Oh my god, that's interesting one. Probably, I had a bad experience with with food.
Oh yeah.
And I accidentally took this. Oh my god, it's like a street bird. Oh my god, how it's like pigeon or.
Oh.
And it was boiled. And
boiled pigeon.
Horrible.
Are you sure it wasn't duck?
No, it wasn't a duck. For sure, because pigeon. It has hat on the...
Oh, yeah. How did you end up having boiled pigeon? Where did you have boiled pigeon?
It was some Michelin restaurant.
It was in a Michelin restaurant?
They recommended it.
Okay, so it should have been good, right? It should have tasted good. It didn't?
It was cold.
Oh, no. How'd they get a Michelin star then?
I don't know.
Michelin's dropping off on their ratings, yeah.
That's for sure.
That's what you're gonna tell your parents, that you had a boiled pigeon.
Because it's so like popular bird in Russia. It's a lot of them, and we even have like the small like houses for them. It was built back in
like
USSR.
Pigeons.
Yeah, for pigeons. And really, I think some love them, some hate them, but still, it's kind of really usual bird. And like think the most popular bird like in whole Russia.
Yeah.
So.
Do they not eat pigeon in Russia?
Surely never.
Never?
No.
Okay. I'd say it's a pretty normal thing, right? I'm pretty sure we eat pigeon in our country.
Oh my god.
Again, I could be saying a completely wrong thing because translation is difficult, but I think eating pigeon is fine as long as it's cooked properly and it's not cold. But talk to me about Russian cuisine. What's Russian cuisine? Because again, the only idea I have of Russian cuisine is from YouTube videos that I watched, and it just looks like very cold and very like survival food kind of thing.
What was that? Because we don't have much like cold food. Maybe salads just.
Yeah. Like what was the potato salad, like pelmeni or
Russian
something?
salads, but in Russian it's called olivye.
What's the pilmeni or something? What's
yeah,
that one?
yeah. It's like dumplings.
Dumplings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
small
like gnocchi.
dumplings.
It's like gnocchi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That is they're really good. We also like to like boil or like I don't know, fry them. But it's so cheap, so it's usually like student food.
Again, that's why I know that bit because
yeah.
But no, like what's like the generic Russian food? Because when I think of Russian, I can't think of like a food.
Yeah, for me it's also a lot of people ask the same question,
Yeah.
like what do you eat usually? So it's a bit hard for me to say because it's different. We have like some, I don't know, some sweet stuff. For example, we have like crepes, but like French crepes, but we have ours, it's like blini, and it's a bit different. And also some like kind of similar, like we have sырники. It's like made.
What's that?
Sырники.
Sernike?
Sырники, yeah.
Okay.
It's really, really good. It's made of the, oh my god. I don't remember because there is no such thing in like in Asian countries. I couldn't find it. It's tvorog. It's made of like some milk and some kind of it's really good.
We could search it up right
yeah,
now.
we could.
I have yes. How do you spell it?
Tvorog. Tvort. Okay.
VR.
Yeah.
TVOR.
Yeah. ROG.
Oh, it's like a cheese.
A bit kind of.
It's like cottage cheese.
Yeah, there is like Italian thing also kind of similar. It's called, oh my god, also
Feta cheese.
No, it's not feta because it's not salt. It's kind of like they also have it like they use it before like not burrata thing, but yeah. So it's kind of like also like kind of cheese, but it's without like a taste.
I get it.
And with some like sugar and everything.
Ooh.
And it's really good, really good. And that's probably also we have like that's kind of like questionable, but we have some like borscht. Yeah, but it's like semi like Ukrainian and some like I eat a lot of it in Russian, so
dish.
I don't really name it, but I still like it's the dish I always have and I really love it.
What's like a typical Russian breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What would you have for breakfast?
Oh my god! So probably it will be like similar, some eggs. Boiled eggs.
Okay, lovely.
No, nothing like spectacular or something, or like this tvorog or with some also other like cheese and everything we add there, and like with yogurt as well. It's really good.
And then lunch?
Lunch usually like soup, like borscht or something like. Okay. We also have, oh my god, really weird soup. I don't like it. It's cold and it's made of like a beer, but it's not beer. It's like made on a bread, so it's called kvass, and it's and it's really weird soup because it's made of like and the name of the soup is akroshka.
Akroshka.
Yeah, and it's really weird. I don't like it, but many people like it, so it's kind of also cultural thing.
What would you have for dinner?
For dinner, I would say also like we have like really mixed. We have the krup, which are not really famous in other like parts. It's called grechka. Yeah. And usually I said it because like people say like, what do you eat? You don't eat like rice or something. I said we eat grechka.
It's like a type of
it's
grain type of
seed. Yeah. It's brown and it's really healthy.
Oh,
much
it's similar to like buckwheat.
Yeah.
Buckwheat. Yeah.
So it's really good and it's really like famous, I think. Yeah. Or like pelmeni.
Yeah. I mean that's one of like 4 Russian things I know how to say. There's pelmeni.
Yeah,
there's
easy.
Obviously that one slur that everyone knows. There's na zdorovia. That's what I'm assuming that's what you say when you cheers the drink, right? Na zdorovia. I forgot the other one. Okay, make that 3 then. But yeah, I mean, I only need na zdorovia, right? If I ever go to Russia, I'll be like, whatever drink I have, na zdorovia.
It's like for health. It's really good.
Lovely. Okay. So, does talking about food make you miss Russia? Does it?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because it
Because
just
you half the foods you mentioned, you said I'm not really that much of a fan of, but a lot of people eat it. So
yeah.
does it make you miss Russia or not? Like,
So for now, maybe some, just some, yes, some. For example, I really miss borscht, but I haven't eaten it in Russia like during the summer, so I kind of miss it for like a year already. So it's yeah, a long way. But it's hard for me to like get used to like eating habit in like Hong Kong, because you don't really understand what you delivery or what should you do or some takeaway or what is it, what's and lately I came with my Chinese friend to Hong Kong.
ho ho,
Yeah,
ho
Hong
ho,
Kong, yeah. And I was so scared. I said like, I don't think that I will like it, so
Right.
yeah, please make something that is not so like, you know, something more which I would understand at least.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
No,
She
yeah.
recommended some of those.
Like, I say Ho Ho is it's a pretty good place. There's a lot of variety. Like, it's almost overwhelming variety, like what you can have. But
Yeah.
there's only like 2 or 3 things I go to. So, but Ho Ho is it comes in clutch at 3 a.m. when you're starving.
yeah, it's because
Yeah,
during
but
the night. That's the truth. But it's, yeah, I think the only Cantonese like restaurant which I kind of understand and could like go to, because yeah, it's a bit hard to like get used to.
yeah, of
this.
course. Are there any like well-known Russian places in Hong Kong? I'm assuming no, right?
I think it's like Ukrainian.
very-
There is one in Central, and it's called like dacha. You know
Dacha.
what's dacha mean in Russian? In Russian, it's like a countryside home. Like we have houses in the countryside. Usually,
okay.
each family have it, and we called it like dacha.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a, what's the word? Like a.
It's
I get what you mean.
well,
I get what you mean. Yeah.
So it's kind of usual, but I think it's like also like Ukraine or something, not like Russian, because there is always like, it's really mixed, so it's hard to say what's Russian, what's not Russian.
Dacha restaurant and bar.
Yeah.
Found it, yeah.
But I haven't been there, and
Wow, it looks
inside of it, it's a bit weird.
It looks
so I don't really.
cozy.
Not really. I wouldn't agree with it.
It just looks like someone's living room, and they put a bunch of tables in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably is, because the first picture that shows up when you search up on Google is obviously the whole room with all the tables and chairs, but you can very clearly see some people's clothing just on the chair. Like,
don't ask. I don't know. I've never been there. But actually, not many Russians in Hong Kong. Yeah, because usually when you go somewhere right now, yeah, like for example, I know Turkey or somewhere, but yeah, Turkey is mostly a lot of Russian tourists and not tourists who are living there. But in Hong Kong, no, not many like Russian speakers around. That's quite surprising.
Well, how about in terms of activities? What have you done so far in Hong Kong?
I go to the beaches a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my
Which
God.
beach have you been to? Do you remember the names?
Shek O.
Shek O is a good one.
Surf Beach, and also
Repulse.
Yeah, Repulse Beach, and all the around, because there's like in Stanley one, near the Christmas, the thing, and also so somewhere around here, but I haven't been to like in a Lantau.
I live in Lantau. So Lantau's nice, but I say Lantau is like a separate part of Hong Kong. Like, if you want to get old and retire, go Lantau. It's so nice. It's beautiful. It's so chill. There's almost no hassle. I mean, tourism kind of ruins it, because like Chinese New Year days or Christmas times,
oh my God,
it gets filled up. But other than that, it's a beautiful place to live. I definitely recommend going Lantau. Like, even if it's not for the beach, just go for a walk.
I've been to Buddha.
Oh, the Nongping. Yeah, that's like 10 minutes away from my house.
It was really beautiful there.
Yeah. Did you walk up all the way up to the stairs and see the Buddha?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course. That's a staple. but the stupid thing is they close really early.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I came quite early, so I think it was okay.
Yeah, I think they close at like 6 p.m.
Oh.
So 5:30, 6 p.m., something like that.
But it's already a sunset, so there's, I think, no point to look at the evening.
No, but the weather up there, oh my days, it is amazing. Like, you go up like around this time of the year, it's freezing.
Oh.
But it's also, you can also see the sunset, you can also see the sun, so there's like a bit of warmth coming through, and it's so nice.
I
So
need
nice.
to come, yeah, once again because I really love it here. Also, this temple.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
In terms of activities, would you say uh, Hong Kong has a lot of things to do? Like,
yeah, sure. Well, there is some things which I also have like in Moscow because yes, of course there's many things like ice skating.
right, right.
But you also have ice skating
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Hong
yeah.
Kong. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's not bad.
It's
And
not, yeah.
and still you have this like hiking.
Mm.
Hiking is all around. You can go like anywhere.
Yeah.
But in Moscow I don't have such because
True, true.
it's a big city.
Have you been hiking yet?
Yeah, to the oh my god, I don't remember. It's another side of the island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some like pigs
Yeah.
there.
One weird thing about hiking culture in Hong Kong is that a lot of people won't bother starting the hike at the bottom of a mountain. They'll take a bus to near the top of the mountain and then start their hike from there. So it's just like there's this one bus in Lantau. It is essentially like going from one side of the mountain to the other.
Mhm.
And the amount of hikers that get on that bus, normal people, normal like pedestrians, normal like people who aren't hiking cannot get on because there's so
Mm.
many hikers. Like there is one stop, they like all of them get off and the bus is empty. So it's just them taking up all the space. I'm like, if you're hiking, you may as well just walk up the mountain. No, that's the whole point of hiking, right?
Well, I think I will be among them because I don't like that much like hiking, like really
Oh, I
harsh
hate
hiking.
hiking.
I want to go like down, it's okay. But when you go up, it's, oh my god.
I hate
I
hiking.
wanna- I
A
wanna
nice
die.
walk is fine, but I hate hiking. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't
Yeah, I want
understand.
to just walk like around, but not
Yeah.
like up the hill
Yeah,
and
yeah,
down
yeah,
the hill.
yeah.
I don't want this, not like this mountain thing.
Yeah, a
Just
nice walk is
alone.
fine. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. I don't know. My hate for hiking started on a school trip. I think it was grade. Do you understand like grade 9 or year
Yeah,
9?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think it was year 9. Year 9. Yeah. Year 9. Yeah, I think
That's
year
okay.
9. Year 9 we went to a campsite
Mm-hmm.
for like a school like week thing. We call it no boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So we just go to like a campsite. We do things, their activities. Just a week of just having fun, essentially. Team building exercise that the teachers call it, but that realistically you're
Yeah.
just there to mess around. But there we went with this one activity was like, oh, we hike this bit. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll just hike. Oh, that was the worst time I ever had. Because I'm a big person now, but as a kid, I was quite short and chubby.
Yeah.
So I wasn't the most fit human, but I was still like kind of sporty. Like I'd play stuff. But hiking, I don't know what it is. I think it might be the uphill. I don't know what it is. It just took it out of me. Like I could not hike for my life. Like the instructor that we had, he was using the most like crazy distraction techniques to make sure I'm not just hyperventilating and passing out. like every time we had a break, he'd find a new trick to distract me. And like I still remember one of the tricks is this, like where you cross your hands,
Yeah.
you touch your nose, and then you can like open up your hands again. Most people like twist their arms and are like, oh no, I can't do it. So yeah, I mean, that's the only good part about hiking. If you have a good instructor, he makes you laugh, but other than that, I don't see the point of hiking.
I was
just don't.
hiking with my father, and he's really good in it. And I'm really bad. I'm like always
Wait,
like
he came to Hong Kong?
yeah. He've been there and for a few like weeks. And I was going with them. Oh my god, I hate hiking because he was so fast, and I was so like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I can't. And when you're like, he's not my coach. He's like parent. He was, oh my god, Polina.
Yeah.
Like, stand up, go.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, don't be so hard on me. It's usually like we argue a lot. And I was like, I'm going down, I don't want it anymore. And everything, yeah. That's so fun.
So when did your dad come to Hong Kong?
So I was kind of late for the semester because I
Uh-huh.
have some visa
Oh yeah,
problems,
yeah, that
yeah.
happens, yeah.
And he came with me, and also my mom was there for a while, and was staying like here to just but support,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, along
So
the
did they
way.
live in like a hotel nearby?
Yeah, yeah, in a
Oh,
hotel,
okay.
and yeah, we travel a bit around, like to
Mm, mm.
explore some
That's
things.
amazing. That's actually like a really smart thing to do because it helps you become more comfortable and it's
Yeah,
not as scary when you have parents around. Because I'm assuming they haven't been to Hong Kong before either, right?
they've been too.
They've been?
Yeah,
Like,
but it was like I think 10 years ago,
oh
so it
yeah,
was
yeah,
really
ages
like
ago. But
yeah,
still, like, it's a foreign land, mostly a foreign land for everyone. So it's like
yeah,
bit more comforting. It feels a bit more safe when you have people.
sure.
So,
And they really loved it because they came to my university and they were like, wow,
oh,
wow, that's
yeah.
amazing, Polina, wow, that's so cool.
Are they
And they
proud
were
of you?
really excited about it. I was really happy that like they also like got this experience like a part
Yeah,
and become
yeah.
the part of it because we really explored a lot. We went to Macau, we like traveled around and all this.
Mm.
It was really like perfect.
That's great. That's amazing. Like, uh, most people like they come to uni and they instantly start missing their parents. But at least the first few days,
Yeah.
weeks, whatever it was, you got to spend time with your parents for like, and get time to spend. Get to spend
Yeah.
time with your parents in the country that you're gonna be living in. So it sort of familiarizes the environment for you. And I know a lot of people that feel homesick within the first 2 weeks. Like it's it feels I feel bad for them, but then again, if I can do something about it, I'd do it. For example, my friends in Chisan,
Mhm.
like like I'm from Bangladesh, right?
Yeah.
And all my Bangladeshi friends, every now and then, I can tell that they're feeling down, they're feeling whatever,
Mhm.
but I know that there's something I could do to help them, and that is I go home every weekend. I tell my mom, hey, these kids are feeling a bit down.
Yeah.
Let's make them food,
Oh my
like
god,
local
so
food, like
cute.
Bangladeshi food.
So
And then
cute.
start of the week, I'll show up with a bunch of food and just feed like six, seven of them, and they're just you can just tell they're just all of a sudden more
Yeah.
cheerful. So, and it's not like I'm doing like a public service. I'm just like, if I was in their position, I'd honestly cry myself to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I don't I hate the idea of missing home because when I first came to Hong Kong, I came to Hong Kong in 2016,
Mhm.
and that was the first time I ever changed a country and
Mhm.
changed a school. So in my life, I've only been to
Yeah.
2 schools. So it was like a double whammy when I moved.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
oh, there's nothing. Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. And me and my older sister, who's
Mhm.
only like 2 years older than me, we were the only Bangladeshis in our high school.
Oh my god.
So there was no one. There was no one we could like properly connect to unless we were just open to actually getting along with all of our classmates. But that
Mhm.
happens down the line. But at the very start, it's quite difficult. But yeah, I mean, everything turned out well. But
Yeah.
I understand that feeling. So I'm like, you know what? I'm completely fine to bring all of these people something close to home. And every now and then, I'll even invite them to my house. Like last year, I remember they came over like twice,
Mhm.
just to eat.
Yeah.
Like they do like 3 or 4 rounds of entire plates full of food.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean it's just a nice thing, you know.
You're a really good friend.
Yeah, well, I, I, in some ways, I also don't mind telling people stuff to their face. So it goes both
that's,
ways.
that's also good, like straightforward. That's cool.
No, but how about you in terms of the people in landscape? Have you Are you close with people now, or is it still like, oh, they're just classmates? I hang out with them every now and then.
So for the first months, I was studying online, and
Oh yeah, because of the visa thing.
and that
Yeah.
and that was kind of like interesting experience because you're trying to communicate with your like teachers and with your also like classmates through the like through Zoom, and it's like reminds you of the pandemic and all this,
Mm.
and like distance education. And now you're still there, and you don't understand like where you get your visa and what's going on and what you're doing, like even landscaping and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening in your like. And it was a bit like stressful for me because we just like once through the screen they like said, hi Polina, like hello,
Mm.
we miss you and everything. And I was, oh my god, yeah, they're my classmates. Are they my classmates or not? And I was so confused. But then a bit like over the time they like add me to the our group
Yeah.
in a WhatsApp chat, yeah.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
when I came to Hong Kong finally in October, yeah, they like welcomed me, like everyone, like welcome
Oh.
Polina, welcome to Hong Kong, see you tomorrow, see you tomorrow.
That's
And
amazing.
it was so good. I was feeling like, oh my god, I came to like the place where I'm really like probably, I know, missed.
Yeah,
Or
you-
like, and
they
people
like treasure
waiting,
you.
yeah. That's so cool. And also like teachers also like, Polina, when you come and everything.
Mm.
That was really cool. And I
Great.
was, yeah, not
Great.
expecting such like greeting and everything. And I was so like, but still they're mostly like locals and everything. Maybe they
Yeah,
are more
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
they're more like, yeah, of course it was like in the middle of semester, so I was a bit like in the
Yeah.
middle of it. So yeah, but still I'm really like appreciate that they
Yeah,
were
lovely.
so welcoming. Yeah.
That sounds so good. It feels nice to know that our
Yeah.
faculty isn't rude. No, but are there any other internationals in landscape?
I don't think so, because you know there's like international from international schools, or like international like me from
like
the
international,
like
international. Like,
me, I no, there's no such like
okay. So most people are from Hong Kong.
yeah, mostly they're familiar like with Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong or
like,
China,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
something close.
Do you find that is that's a problem or anything like that? Like,
So people there like to talk Cantonese.
yeah,
Most of the
yeah.
time, and I could understand them because yeah, if I was in Russia and there was some international friend around us, we'll be still sometimes communicating in Russian, because
Yeah.
you will not always like
slips up every
communicate
now
in
and then,
English,
yeah.
and I understand them, but still for me it's kind of like all the time you're like, oh my god, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I hope it's not something bad.
Yeah, I've had the exact experience. Like, I'm in year 2 now, so I've gone through
Yeah.
all the things you've gone through. So what I can say is that every time someone like starts speaking Cantonese in front of me and they've transitioned to Cantonese like within few seconds of talking to me, I'll be like, hey, I'm here, you talk English. Like, obviously I say it in a joking way,
Yeah.
but like it's like you take authority in in like a secret way, you know. So no, but I'm like I clown around with everyone in studio, because that's the only way I thought I could sort of it sounds weird to say, but like sort of befriend them, because I understand why in the first ever interaction they wouldn't want to talk to me, because I'm a pretty big dude. I'm quite scary to look at. I have what people call as a resting bitch face. So, and I look a lot older than most people here. Like, I don't look like I'm year 2. Yeah,
That's kind of also interesting, like
Exactly.
age difference because,
exactly. But I'm like
yeah.
a few months older than the most oldest person in studios. But even then, like, so like, you know what? I don't exactly have to be defined by what these people think I am. I'll just be whatever. I'll do stupid things. I'll clown around. I'll have fun, and eventually they'll realize that yeah, that guy's not bad. So that's what I did the first year, and first year was kind of difficult. Like, obviously I'm a local, so I didn't bother getting dorms. I'm like, oh, I'll just travel from home, but my home is like an hour and a half away. I'm like, this doesn't work. And then I realized what architecture is. So I'm like, there's times there's like 3 to 4 nights of a week I'd stay overnight, just because I don't see the point of going home, coming back in the morning again. I just stay overnight, and it got to me. So I'm like, yeah, this year I'm getting dorms. But I'd say first year, like, it was quite challenging in terms of making friends, knowing people, But second year dorms helping out so much because turns out after I came to dorms, there's so many people that joined the same dorm, like Chisan,
Mm.
and I just end up meeting people through the people I already knew.
Yeah.
So there's just like endless reach. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously I don't know them, but if you tell me someone's name, I'll probably recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
That like that level, but it's a lot better than last year.
Mhm.
Last year I struggled hard, but it's amazing to hear that you're being sort of invited into the landscape group.
Yeah.
Would you? Here's a funny
Okay.
thing. Would you say there's any sort of unspoken dispute between the different departments in architecture? Would you say the people in landscape hate, or not hate, but like dislike a different group in or a different department in architecture?
So I would say like funny thing like back in Russia when I was in a high school, it
Mm.
was called digital school. So it was
Uh-huh.
mostly for like IT.
Right.
But I was in a class where were more humanitarian, some like liberal arts, some like
Mm.
English, some like literature, some like
Yeah.
not IT stuff. And we were really like probably 10 people there.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a really small class. And others like 60 people who are studying IT and
Mm.
like math, physics, and everything. And here I really felt like this dispute between us because you're always like, we're not like these IT students, we're much
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
But here in like, architecture, I think we're more like, because there's no such a difference
Yeah,
between
yeah,
our
yeah.
like what we're studying, because it's a bit like we have the same like models, we have like the same like struggles. You have to like
Yeah.
go to studio and like work overnight and everything. So I think it's kind of like kind of close. Maybe I don't.
So there's not
For
much
now.
of like a strict. I hate that group of people. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen. Like that.
Yeah, for now,
Okay.
no.
Okay. That's actually really good. I'd personally hate it if that happened, because realistically, the entire faculty, a 1 year group in a faculty, we're not that big.
Hmm.
Faculty of architecture is quite small, actually.
Yeah.
Like, think about it in terms of engineering. They got hundreds of people, and we barely reach 200. Like, like just for reference, all of my Bangladeshi friends studying engineering, all of them.
Oh,
So like, and I'm the only Bangladeshi studying architecture. Well, out of us, there's another year 3 that's studying architecture, and she's Bangladeshi. But yeah, our people just don't come into that faculty. We just go straight to engineering, which is a bit stereotypical, but we go past that one. Like, talking about stereotypes, is there like any stereotypes in Russia? Like, for example, in from where I'm
Yeah.
from, it's common for boys to become engineers, doctors,
Sure.
lawyers.
Sure.
Girls are more likely to become doctors. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and even we have like some problems. It's like traditional thing that
Yeah.
maybe girls shouldn't like go to like university,
oh,
because we also like have this thing that the girls are taking the places of the boys, and boys couldn't like get into university, and if they don't get into
because girls
university,
are smarter.
they go to army right away, because
Oh, yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
requirement for them, and the university is kind of the thing that might help them to like overcome this or not to like get into this army thing. And for them, for boys, it's really stressful time, because they really have to like be good, get like the pre-place, because it's we have a lot of places which are government funded, and it's mostly about this. And and there is this like, I don't know, probably I haven't experienced that much, but still there is some like perception that why girls are taking these places if the boys are going there.
Yeah.
It's like, why do they could like skip a few years? Why should they study at all? And it's a bit like kind of also controversial, but I think in Moscow it's much better for sure.
Right.
It's still harder for like people who live in Moscow to get into good universities, because we're from Moscow, and our like competition for these places is much higher than in other regions of Russia.
Is that why do a lot of people go out of Russia to study?
Not,
Like, is it
no,
common to
no,
do that or
not
no?
really, not at all.
Oh, okay.
We have some like schools. We don't even have like much international schools. Maybe like
Oh, okay.
five, and there is like one really famous one, which back there probably yeah really sponsored people to like go study abroad and then come back to Russia for like a few years to like work there, and it was I think really good opportunity, and I know many people who like get this opportunity from this school, but now it's also like this program kind of closing, and there's like some like problems with this. I'm not so like familiar with everything because I was from normal school, like totally like
Right.
local.
Yeah.
They didn't even know like there is like studying abroad or something. But yeah,
Okay.
that's probably it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say that's it for for this episode of the
Yeah.
podcast. Thank you, Polina,
Yeah,
for
thank
showing
you.
up.
Yeah, so thank you so much for this podcast. It was really cute to come here and talk. It was yeah
Lovely.